Are we on? We're on. All right, guys. It's that time again. As promised, we got a full stream here loaded up to discuss the entire update of the situation going on with Diddy, his family, and the accusations. There's a lot that's been going on. Meek Mill has jumped into this beef yet again, going back and forth. Soulja Boy has jumped in. And now Christian Combs has jumped in, a.k.a. King Combs, his rap name, with a diss against 50 Cent. Now, like the comments have been saying online, I don't know who advised Diddy's son to diss 50 Cent. Pretty bold move if you ask me. But I did play the song on stream last night. I think I just wrote it off as trash, though, so we're going to do a real reaction now. I think, you can't just write it off. I got to put my biases aside, even though it's fuck Diddy. No Diddy. But, I don't rock with Diddy. I should probably say it that way. So even though that is the case, I'm still going to try to judge this on its own merit and see if he's got any bars. So let's play it one time all the way through. This is Diddy's son dissing 50 Cent and defending his father.
They praying on our downfall another time again. After the rain, for the sun gonna shine again.
That's right.
Don't bust no U-turns, cause we ain't forgetting shit. And to all y'all that switch, suck my dick!
Let's go. Yeah. Suck my dick. What? You talking down the family name, man, you wildin'. What? I dare one of you niggas scream out no Diddy.
Fuck that nigga.
Bro, glow with me. Baddies, they ready to go with me. I just nod and they know to go get 'em. Might see me with some pretty hoes with me, but ain't no hoe with me. I just laid back in that Virgil Maybach. That shit like 450. Police raid the crib like they think we selling crack. But we out here selling tracks. Multi-million-dollar plaques. Rather put this shit on wax. All that gossip shit is whack. When all they had was 50 Cent. Who put this city on the map? Stop. Broke nigga, I don't know who even birthed these hoe niggas. All that woofing on the net, well now it's time to show niggas. Steady talking on the fam and we don't even know niggas. But go ahead, play one call away. We ain't sparing no
that
nigga.
Shit dead.
Count bandos in my Gucci sandals.
The beat's pretty good. I like the beat.
Probably hating cause we rich. He must think we fucked this bitch. Knock them walls down like when them Fetty boys ran in both our cribs. Too bad they ain't know we bought the one next door, cause that's the one they missed. How y'all talking like a nigga time up? Throwing shade, get your shines up. Asking where my pops at, he on the G6 getting the line up. Oh, you pussy ass niggas line up. Let's multiply the lies up. We running shit, this bad boy, make a bad bitch want sign up.
Okay, Diddy's son with some bars. This is the 50 Cent diss track. Okay. Honestly, this wasn't quite as bad as I had originally said. I'm not gonna write it off as complete trash. I'm gonna give him I'll give him a 3 out of 10. I think this kid's got some balls for dissing 50 Cent. Again, I know his daddy should have told him better, but obviously he's not teaching him better, so he's not gonna tell him better. But 50 Cent's obviously not the guy to go up against. I think he had a couple decent bars in this track. Let's see what the comments are saying down below. Been hated on by many men, and that's fine. They gonna try to stop these M&Ms, and they gonna die trying. That was a bar. That's what this comment says. Lil bro talking wartime like he into it with some ops. Y'all in wartime with the feds. Y'all better check yourselves. That's true. That's actually a good point. Like, who is Christian Combs speaking against? Is he speaking against the accusers, or is he speaking against the people actually trying to put him in jail? Bro thought he dropped the hardest intro of all time. Now, the other comment that people are laughing at is that he told the feds that they missed a spot, saying that he owns, or that I guess Diddy's family owns the house next to the house that was raided. And Combs basically said in this track, you missed a house. That's an insane bar, bro. Tell the feds they missed a spot.
What we doing? Niggas playing with niggas' names and all that. Fuck that.
Broke nigga, I don't know who even birthed these hoe niggas. All that woofing on the net, well now it's time to show niggas. Steady talking on the fam and we don't even know niggas. But go ahead, play one call away. We ain't sparing no
that
nigga.
Shit dead.
So, I mean, this track's okay. Like I say, I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10 on this one. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We just played the Diddy diss track. Diddy's son dissing 50 Cent. And when you look at the reception for this, because I had to go on the YouTube dislike viewer, he's got about a 50% ratio, which is pretty good. Like, I mean, honestly, man, due to the accusations that are getting thrown at Diddy, a 50% like to dislike ratio on a video like this is pretty damn good. Now, 50 Cent, of course, has responded to this track because 50 Cent is not going to let this one slide. I think anybody could have guessed that 50 was not going to let this one slide. So we have the latest tweets from 50 Cent showing his reaction to the entire situation. We're going to scroll down. I'll make sure you guys can see a good full view of these tweets here. So 50's first response was putting up this picture of Diddy and his son. He says, I feel so threatened by the things Christian is saying on this record. I'm afraid for my life. Please don't hurt me, guys. I never mentioned or posted anything about Puffy's kids because Keefe D said he killed Tupac. Oh. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. In 2019, PBD interviewed the lead investigator of the Tupac and Biggie murders. He claims Sean Diddy Combs is behind it all. See, I like 50's style because 50... Look, the only way a dude like 50 stays as rich as he does and stays... Basically, like 50 Cent is the guy who decides when there's a beef. You know what I mean? Nobody can really goad 50 Cent or bait 50 Cent into hopping into a beef. 50 will either start the beef or he will take an objective standpoint as to whether or not he wants to even get into a beef. And the only way you can do that is if you keep a lot of shit to yourself. You know, for 50 Cent to be at the position he is at this stage in his career, to still, you know, retain the level of power and respect that he has, and to, you know, get so many enemies off of him in such an efficient way, he's got to have a lot of shit over a lot of people. I think 50 probably, I mean, when you look at it, 50 is one of the OGs in the game at this point, whether you like it or not. He's one of the OGs of that era, the same era of Snoop. Well, not Snoop, but the same era of, you know, Eminem and then the later Dr. Dre. But I would say he's still up there with the Snoop Dogs. He's up there with the Nas's. Even though he got his start a little later, let's not get it twisted. 50 he's a godfather in this game. So I would not be going against 50 at all, just because you can only imagine how much this guy knows. So 50 basically hinting that if they continue this, he's going to go ahead and expose the fact that Diddy was involved in unaliving Tupac. Let's look at this video of the lead investigator in the Tupac and Biggie murders, in his words, saying that Diddy was behind it all.
You believe behind all of this is Puffy. You've said this yourself, with $1 million, whether it was $1 million, whether it was $500,000. Tell us a little bit about that.
What I believe happened with Puffy was that, again, I don't think he wanted this conflict to get worse than it already was. And if he could figure out a way to quell that, he would. In fact, we have a statement saying that Puffy had reached out to the members of the Nation of Islam to approach Suge Knight and say, hey, let's have a peace treaty, let's squash this thing, but Suge wanted nothing to do with it. So he was trying to get out from under this imposing threat, knowing that Suge held him responsible for the murder of his friend, and whenever he would come to LA, he knew that Suge Knight was trying to hunt him down. We have a reported incident, an investigation where Suge Knight had accosted one of his associates at a Christmas party in Los Angeles, and they beat the living shit out of this guy. He almost lost his eye in an attempt for these guys to gain knowledge about where he lived in Los Angeles. So he undoubtedly becomes aware of the fact that these guys are actively hunting me down. They're kidnapping, assaulting people. My life's definitely in harm's way. And so I think that out of that desperation and fear, he turned to the streets and said, can you guys kind of handle this for me? Because he knew that if you're gonna deal with these gang members, then the best thing to do is get their natural enemies to do the work for you.
And is that the $1 million? $1 million was on the...
According to Keefe D, he says there was a kind of a loose conversations at Greenblatt's up on Sunset in which Puffy allegedly tells Keefe D, listen, I'm gonna whatever it takes to get these guys off my back. I need you to take care of them. He says we wanted $1 million. Diddy's like whatever, but again, I have to couch that with the understanding that he was in fear for his life.
I fully get that.
Yeah,
I fully get that. So, but the $1 million is from him, but you don't know really if it's $1 million or it's a $500,000 because
I think it's just boastful talking.
Okay, got it.
You know, it's like if I see a really nice car that I like to purchase from you, and I just, man, I'll give you $1 million for that.
Yeah.
It's just that kind of like loose.
So how about the part where Zip gives him the gun? He says, listen, right now's the time to do it. Everyone's in town. Go to 662. Here's the gun that I have. He leaves it to him with the car.
Right.
He gives him the gun. And then afterwards, when they talk on a call, he says, was that us? And they're on the call together listening, and Zip says, yes, that was us.
Keefe says, yes, that was us.
Yes, that was us.
Yeah.
Keefe says that was us. And then he says, we'll take care, Zip says, we'll take care of the money. 6 weeks later, he's not getting the money. And, you know, he's finding out maybe he didn't get paid. And then afterwards, he meets with an associate of P. Diddy, Puffy, saying, yeah, we did pay, but
he took
Zip
the money.
kept it. And then when they met, is that all been verified that maybe he did keep the money or they did not pay?
We don't have anything to validate other than his claim.
Got it.
He's claiming that he had people that were closely associated with Eric, with Zip, that told him, hey, Puffy paid $500,000 and Zip kept.
Hold on a second. I want to see what that said. It says, however, he was... So, okay. According to Keefe D, Puff offered to pay Orlando Baby Lane Anderson and Eric Zip Martin $1 million for the hit on Pac. However, he was never paid because Puff allegedly gave $500K to Zip, who in turn never paid the money out. So I guess Zip was supposed to dole the money out and then he just took it. But I'm trying to figure out, so they just killed Pac anyway? Like, let's hear the rest, I guess.
He's claiming that he had people that were closely associated with Eric, with Zip, that told him, hey, Puffy paid $500,000 and Zip kept the money. So that's his claim. We do know that these two people do exist and that they were associated with him, but those people have never verified that. So that unpaid debt was definitely
crazy.
Never collected.
So why were you removed from the case in 2009, or a year before your retirement?
So a little bit of info on the idea that, I mean, look, I don't even think it's an idea anymore. Again, I don't believe in, guilty until proven innocent. But, I kind of feel like the idea that Diddy wasn't involved in these murders is ludicrous. I mean, he's the one common link between all of it. Obviously, this stream isn't about who killed, Pac. But seriously, man, I would definitely say it's pretty obvious that Diddy was involved. So 50 Cent bringing that up. Let's see what his next tweet was. He says, damn, King Combs, that what you told Grace O'Markin on the boat, huh? Gave her the puffy juice with that special sauce in it. And then he puts the clip.
Yeah. Suck my dick.
Oh, no.
What?
He put the clip of him saying, suck my dick.
Suck my dick!
Let's go. Yeah. Suck my dick.
Oh, come on. He goes, that what you told her? Grace O'Marick, I don't even know, O'Markai, I don't know how to say that last name, a steward working on the yacht for Diddy, alleged in a civil suit filed earlier this month in Los Angeles County Superior Court that Christian King Combs, age 26, forced her to take a, quote, spiked shot of tequila, groped her, and then assaulted her, according to court documents. Damn. See, this is the crazy thing, too, about Diddy's son trying to stick up for his dad because Diddy's son is implicated in this as well. I mean, if I was him, I would probably be more worried about clearing my own name than sticking up for anybody else or beefing 50 Cent. The other thing, too, is that it's obvious that a song in this scenario, like, this isn't a rap beef. This isn't, Kendrick and Drake like this past month. This is a federal case. Again, if I'm under federal investigation for anything, whether I'm innocent or not, or whether I'm guilty, whatever the case may be, I'm not saying anything. The only word in my vocabulary if I am investigated for anything will be lawyer. That is the only word I know in the English language if I'm ever investigated for anything is lawyer. Period. Why are you talking? Why are you snitching on yourself? But let's be real. This is a kid who's never been through shit either. So he probably doesn't know how to address this. Like, if you want to talk about living in the lap of luxury, just take a look at Diddy's kids. Obviously there's trouble in paradise and it hasn't been as luxurious as we think. But if you think about it, what type of adversity has Christian Combs ever had to go through? What types of public situations? I mean, for these dudes were public darlings for the majority of their careers. I remember when I was a kid, Diddy was looked up to. Diddy was out there and he was on TV. He was making cameos in movies. He was friends with Paris Hilton. Diddy was that guy. So being Diddy's son, he was always just famous for being like Diddy. He rapped like Diddy. He looked like Diddy. And guess what? Now people aren't impressed by that anymore. Now you look and sound like a dude who they say is a serial predator. You look and sound like a dude who people want locked up. And you're the closest thing to him. So this little, this strange little song that he dropped, it reeks of a reaction of someone who's sort of spiraling because they never really been through shit. The next tweet, I almost said Diddy. No Diddy. The next tweet 50 put up responds to this part of the song here.
Knock them walls down like when them Fetty boys ran in both our cribs. Too bad they ain't know we bought the one next door, cause that's the one they miss. Like when them Fetty boys ran in both our cribs. Too bad they ain't know we bought the one next door, cause that's the one they miss.
Bro said the feds missed the house next door. God, that's probably the dumbest shit. That's probably the dumbest thing I've heard in a long, long time. 50 Cent says, now why would you say some shit like this when you know the feds are investigating? Is you stupid or is you dumb? I mean, come on. I think we all have to agree with 50 on that, man. I mean, that is just a ridiculous statement to make when the feds are investigating you. 50 continues. He says, I really don't understand why they want to drug women. If she can't remember how good it was the next morning, how do you connect? That is such a ridiculous. This dude's just trolling at this point. Says Diddy's son Christian Combs, 50 Cent diss track references Fed raids. 50 Cent's reaction to Diddy's track goes viral. 50 mocks Diddy's son. So he's just posting all the headlines. I love how he puts the website for his brand in every one of these too. Like 50's obviously he's just trolling. And he's just making money off this shit. He goes, you sold 6,000 copies your last project. You should not be on vacation. Still chasing the dream or embracing the nightmare. Standing by your man. I respect it. That I respect. Oh, he's talking about Meek Mill. Hang on a second. So now he moved his sights over to Meek Mill. Okay, I have the tweet from Meek too. Let's pull that up. This is funny, bro. So Meek Mill has been jumping in, defending the family. defending all of Diddy's family, which I really don't know who is advising Meek Mill right now, but he needs some better people around him. My theory is this, that like a lot of these rappers that you see moving in a stupid way lately, who are just doing ill-advised things and making bad decisions publicly, especially in terms of how they react to things. My theory is this. A lot of these rap dudes have gotten so big that they have nobody to answer to anymore. A lot of these dudes have, they had a 6-album deal. They've released those 6 albums, and now they're free. They can drop music when they want. They can say what they want. They're not legally or contractually bound really to anything or anybody. That, I think, is the situation we're seeing here with a lot of these rappers, especially Meek Mill. Because if Meek Mill had a single reputable person on his team, they would tell him to get his ass off of Twitter. Every single time Meek Mill tweets, he looks worse and worse. His reputation just continues to go downhill. Completely, again, it's his own demise caused by him. He keeps tweeting. Bro's still got Twitter fingers. We got to take it to back. Bro is still on the Twitter fingers shit. Meek, haven't you learned? Come on now, Meek. Have you not learned about the Twitter fingers? Come on, bro. Like, dude, I don't even use Twitter. I feel like Twitter is just it's just a way for people to capture your worst thoughts. That's honestly what Twitter is. I saw somebody who made a joke. I love this joke. They said, Twitter is like LinkedIn if you're looking to lose your job. Whoever the fuck said that joke, I don't take any credit for that joke. That's one of the funniest social fucking media jokes I heard. But it's true. So here's what Meek Mill did to jump back into this again. So this was the tweet we just looked at earlier where 50 was roasting Christian Combs for revealing himself to the feds. He said, why would you say some shit like this? Meek said, because you're federale. Because you're federal, the street ends in Queens. I'm not saying that shit. The street people in Queens know that. I'm sorry. His grammar is so bad. Know that why you trying to pick on a little boy. Your own son hate your guts. LOL. I'm so grateful to be on an island with my son and his friends on his B-day. Don't follow these guys. They miserable lives be terrible. What? Bro, what the fuck is Meek Mill on about? What is he talking about, bro? He said, so the reason that... Hang on a second. What did he say? The reason that Diddy's son snitched on himself is because 50 Cent is federal.
What did he say?
I'm not following. Meek, I'm not following, bro. I mean, I got no disrespect to Meek Mill. I don't know Meek Mill. I'm not a fan of his music, but hey, he's a hard worker. I can respect some things about Meek Mill, but what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? So 50 continued to respond a little bit. So he called him out for his last project, selling 6,000 copies, and he says you should not be on vacation. I can't argue with that. He says, I commend you for being a strong, supportive woman for your man, Meek. Oh, stand by his side, and together you guys may have a good life. God bless.
How, Sway?
Come on, bro. You see how fast Diddy turned around? I keep seeing this video circulating. What is this video?
I was fucking this bad bitch, she fucking me good, and every time was drove me crazy. Pull up to her crib, I was in that 19 Mercedes. I got this bad bitch from LA, she be fucking. I was fucking this bad bitch, she fucking me good, and every time was drove me crazy. Pull up to her crib, I was in that 19 Mercedes.
No way. Meek Mill sang a song to his girl.
I got this bad bitch from LA. She be fucking. I was fucking this bad bitch. She fucking me good. And every time I was drove me crazy.
No Diddy.
Pull up to her crib. I was in that 19 Mercedes. I got this bad bitch from LA. She be fucking.
Oh my God, bro. No, that's a Diddy party. Listen, I'm just saying, that is a Diddy party. Wow. Absolutely unbelievable. So 50 put it out there, man. He said, look, I'm glad that you're standing behind your woman. Unbelievable, bro. So 50 Cent calling everybody out. We're going to pull this video up, too, of 50 Cent every time he's exposed Diddy. Because there's a lot of times that 50 has exposed Diddy. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Bro, YouTube took off ad block. As a creator, I support it. As a viewer, I fucking hate it. That's what I gotta say. But shout out YouTube, though, putting more money in our pockets. I can deal with that, you know.
Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said.
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January 9th.
That's why I get tired. I was like, what is Dinner Thieves get tired?
That's promo. He said gay and happy.
No. I'm just saying to you, look.
Yo, Shay Jackson like, that's why I get invited to Puff Party. That's the reason.
Listen. I'm only saying that because of the what's the name interview?
Nori.
The Drink Champs.
Yes.
What's going on, my brother?
Oh, man.
So this is what really started all of these rumors that really fired up about 6 years ago. This interview is so sus, man. The last thing Diddy needs to be doing, and I think anybody with skeletons in their closet, you should not be drinking on camera. That is a big one, bro. Because every time Diddy is in these videos, he's drunk. Because the mask slips a little bit. The mask slips.
Yo, it's Groove here? Happy birthday. Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Woo!
Happy birthday to you.
Woo!
Happy birthday.
We could just end the video now. Like I say, that's enough evidence right there.
It's fabulous. The only nigga that got the name that I want. It ain't gay. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
Let's take a shot for that, bro.
My mouth a little dry. Let me drink some more. Okay. But
No, it's your show today, Daddy. The one thing I've been you got questions?
Groove.
Come here, Groove. Yeah, fat.
When he do it, he says things. He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity.
Fab talking to Floyd and Fifth.
Hey, yo, Rastafari. Hey, yo.
Fab walked in.
Don't do that.
Yeah, that's what I said. Let me pick it up.
was talking to Floyd and picking up from right
Not a woman in sight. Not a woman in sight. That's crazy.
No, Groove. Come tell the story. Groove, we're intoxicated.
Listen.
Groove, we helping me build that beautiful, nice guy, Rastafari brand of yours, huh? I
come
see you,
in,
man.
I'm walking in at that hallway right there.
Bag at Mr. Lee.
Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you put my
with you. I
bag
like
at?
when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at,
I like
Mr.
when
Lee?
you
Oh,
when
it's
you
right here,
scrambling
it's
this.
right
Bro, I'll never forget his face. What did he say? I like it when you're scrambling and scraping. Bro, what? What do you mean scrambling and scraping? That's creepy as fuck. Daddy, I like it when you... Actually, I shouldn't say that because then they got audio of me saying it. No Diddy.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
No Diddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at,
I like
Mr.
when
Lee?
you
It's right
scrambling
here,
and scraping for shit.
No.
I like that.
You know, I'll be practicing. I got
Yeah, there you go. Got your notes.
Okay, yeah.
I like it when you're scrambling and scraping. Like, what does that mean, bro?
When you scrambling and scraping for shit.
No, I got
I
notes
like
and
that.
shit. I'll be practicing. I got
Yeah,
notes
there you
and
go.
shit.
Got your notes?
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go over that one.
Make a
that
wish.
one.
Just blow it out. It's your birthday every day.
Every day's your birthday on Drink Champs, goddammit.
Bro, Nori is fighting for his life. Nori is fighting for his life not to admit there's something off here. Damn. But look who's signing. I mean, this is Diddy's network. That's the thing. We got to remember. That's the reason there's all the Ciroc on the table. That's the reason there's the Deleon tequila. Revolt TV, Drink Champs. That's all Diddy. It was Diddy. I guess he's not involved anymore, but this is his shit. Revolt TV, that was his shit. So when you show up, what are you going to say? You know, it's not like he went on their podcast and he was talking crazy. And even if he was, he'd probably get away with it. That's the thing. That's what the money and the clout will do. Like I said on the last stream where we talked about this, if you were to be talking like this or behaving this way and you weren't famous and everybody there wasn't famous, people would definitely be calling out your behavior, being like, what was that about? What'd you just say? You like it when I'm scrambling and scraping. Like, what the fuck what are you talking about?
I'm in. Okay. No, we ain't fucking with that. I got notes now. I'm trying to get my life together.
I want to taste the vegan
Yo,
cake.
Fendi, what's going on?
You know what I'm saying? Like, he said something fabulous, and he goes, "Yo, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party."
No, but me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying?
What is he talking about, yo? What is he talking about? Incense going off. When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You gonna make me?
Bro, imagine saying that to 50 Cent too. I mean, 50 Cent's a pretty physically imposing guy. You know he's not gay. Like, listen, again, if Puffy's gay, that's none of my business. I don't care if he's gay. All I care about is if he victimizes people. But let's just think about it from this perspective. 50 Cent ain't gay. I would say that if you say something like that to a dude like that, that's an insult. Like, that is just willingly insulting a guy and sort of disrespecting him to his face to say, I'm going to take you shopping to a straight man that you know is straight. That is disrespect. He's lucky 50 didn't beat the fucking brakes off him. But again, I mean, at the end of the day, 50 Cent is smarter than that. How many situations have we heard of 50 Cent where he could have beaten the brakes off somebody and he didn't do anything? And that's the reason 50 Cent is here today and he's at GOAT status. He's a god-tier rapper. Not even as much from his raps, to be completely fucking frank. Name a 50 Cent song that's really been popping in the last 10 years. I mean, no disrespect. I love 50. I don't want it next. I don't want it next, 50. Don't tweet about me. I fuck with 50 Cent. I think 50 Cent's a legend, but let's be real. I think he's definitely his mindset and his business mind and that's his genius more so than the raps. Not to put him down, but you guys know what I'm saying.
Then I'm like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of no, dude, take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
But you've been getting that for over a decade. I remember when you said the top feels so much better than the bottom.
Yeah, I've been saying this.
You've been consistent.
Can we all go? Can
I go?
When you see Jadakiss put his head down like while we stuck here right now and the cameras is rolling, everybody see. Don't make like it's just me, man. Puffy do some like a little fluffy stuff.
Now you guys are all in some hip hop beef, okay?
Nah, yeah. Somebody got nothing to do with this.
Was that Gerard Butler? Bro, they must have been promoting a movie or something. I was tripping out for a second. I'm like, that's Gerard Butler? Bro looks so uncomfortable there, too. He's like, what the fuck am I doing here? So I came here to promote a movie. They're exposing P. Diddy?
Sensational.
That's funny as fuck. He looks like he's ready to ascend from his chair. Like he's just ready to fucking disappear from the room. Ice Cube's son as well. What movie was that? 50 Cent movie, Ice Cube's son? Den of Thieves. Okay, I don't even know what this movie is. I'll have to check that out. Well, the promo worked.
What Puffy said
I don't know what's
what
going
Puffy
on
said
right now.
about what do you want to do with Fabulous has nothing to do with you, Gerard.
Yeah, bro, they could tell how uncomfortable he was. Gerard Butler's like, I should have never came to the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Nah, Gerard ain't got nothing to do with this. What Puffy said
I don't know
what
what's going
Puffy
on
said
right now.
about what do you want to do with Fabulous has nothing to do with you, Gerard.
Vibe,
Bro.
like just see where I look
Did you
back
miss
on
me?
where I became. and
Did you miss me though? For real, because I'm saying
miss-
it seems like a thing.
I
With
miss
this
partying
birthday
with
party,
Puff, man. I
Man,
miss
but I'm
partying
talking about
with
for your
him.
birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
Gerard has no idea.
Oh, what? Where my hug at? That's the energy bro's giving. Where my hug at? Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man? That's creepy.
You miss me though, for real, because
But did you miss me though? No, motherfucker. Like what? I'm a fucking adult man. I didn't miss any other adult man. Are you on fucking crack?
Look
Did you
back
miss
on
me?
where I became. and
Did you miss me though, for real, because I'm saying it seems like a thing.
I
With
miss
this
partying
birthday
with
party,
Puff, man. I
Man,
miss
but I'm
partying
talking about
with
for your
him.
birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Do you really want to know why, Puff? Do you really want to know? I'll tell you what Cat Williams said. That's why I won't party with you for your birthday, guy. What Cat said.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
Gerard has no idea who Fabulous is.
Pablo and
How
Gerard
do you
now
spell
involved in
Fabulous,
this.
Gerard? Gerard, spell Fabulous.
F-A-B.
Bro said, who's Puffy? No. That's probably the best thing he could have said. Nah, shout out W's in the chat for Gerard Butler. Bro said, who's Puffy? But think about it, man. Why did like the real Hollywood elites, because like you look at Gerard Butler, he's in like those big superhero movies, right? Why do those guys get so uncomfortable when people start to expose Diddy? Like they're visibly uncomfortable when people start to expose Diddy. Why is that, I wonder? Is it because it's all a conspiracy theory? Is it because there's no truth to it? Or is it because it might be true? I don't know. I'm just asking. Again, I'm not saying shit. You guys know me. I'm not saying nothing, but I'll ask a lot of questions, though.
Pablo and
How do
Gerard
you
now
spell
involved in
Fabulous,
this.
Gerard? Gerard, spell Fabulous.
F-A-B.
Gerard, spell Fabulous, Gerard. Spell Fabulous.
Do it.
Well, it depends if you're talking about
F-A-B-O-L-O-U-S.
But does it ever affect your relationships in Hollywood? They like Fifth Stop, you
No,
gay bashing.
it doesn't, because they know that I'm
Bro's
just...
got one of the Hollywood elites sitting next to him cringing. He's like, no, it doesn't affect. That's because he's 50 fucking Cent. That's what I was saying earlier. This is the only dude who could get away with this shit. I've never seen such a hood dude become a Hollywood darling. Because let's not get confused. 50 Cent is a Hollywood heavyweight himself. But usually rappers like that don't get to 50's level. Like 50, he's just a smart guy. That's why. 50 knows how it's done.
Does it ever affect your relationships in Hollywood? They like Fifth Stop, you
No,
gay bashing.
it doesn't, because they know that I'm poking at what he's saying. And plus, I'm a rapper. Don't give me mogul, because when you get mogul, you get in trouble. There's new standards.
I kind of feel like people.
I'm a rapper.
I kind of feel like people
I
know
wanna
what
stay
comes
over
with
here.
50. Like they kind of know what comes with you.
Right, it's because it's been very consistent. So you can't come to me and say, why did you say this when I've been saying this the entire time?
Like Google me.
Huh?
Yeah, like
Google.
Google
So 150 times I said that.
Now let me ask you guys this: when you finish filming for the.
Come on.
Bro, Ice Cube's son is tripping because he knows it's all true. Let's get the O'Shea cam. Is that his name? Or that's his dad's name, isn't it? Let's look at his face.
I Huh? Yeah,
like
Google.
Google
It's
me.
150 times I said that.
Now let me ask you guys this: when you finish,
Oh, bro, come on. They all know it's true.
Every time.
like Google me.
Huh? Yeah,
like
Google.
Google
It's
me.
150 times I said that.
Now let me ask you guys this: when you finish filming for the
Come on.
No, this me and you.
Oh, but I need a shot.
Yeah, I got you. Your shot.
Okay.
Yeah, I just had
I'm
to
in.
think. It's
I'm
all
in.
together. Me
I'm
and you.
in.
Eyes.
I'm in.
Eyes.
Eye to eye.
Who's that, Jadakiss in the corner? Hold on. It might be.
I'm in. It's all together. Me
I'm
and you.
in.
Eyes. Eyes.
Eye to eye, baby.
Eyes.
Let's do it.
Eyes.
Spilling it all over.
Eyes.
It's going down. That's that French vanilla?
Yeah.
I was not there.
Thanks for God me being there.
Hey, yo. So Ray J came with me.
Discover.
I'm doing something presently at the moment.
Okay.
And I need to break out.
Okay.
And I don't want to be rude, you know.
No,
I just
you're
want to
not
stop
rude.
by and give love.
Yeah.
Niggas need to stop cooning. Right now, it's an emergency situation. Niggas need to stop cooning, including myself. You know what I'm saying? Nothing off me. We all need to motherfucking get focused and get this money.
Guys, I don't Do I really have to react to that? Because, dog, I mean, what the fuck are you supposed to say to that? Let's just keep watching. Let's just keep watching, because what are you going to say to that, man?
I'm going to give you my
I've just been sitting back with my popcorn. Shout out Rap, dude. That's all I got to say. Shout out to Rap. I have been sitting here with my popcorn, laughing my ass off. If you guys are liking the stream, man, hit the 3 dots in the top right of your screen. You'll find the like button there. Please smash that like. If you're on your desktop, you can hit the regular like button down below. Appreciate you guys, man. YouTube took their ad block off, so let me try to get through. Shout out to the chat. Shout out DJ, Nightmare, Elite Dog. I'm trying to get us through to the next video here. They got these unskippable ads in this bitch going, raining on my parade. But what do you guys think, though, man? Do you think that Diddy and his family going up against 50 Cent is the right move? Or do you feel like going up against 50 Cent is... Personally, I feel like going up against 50 Cent at any moment is completely wrong. That's what I would say. I think if you're going up against 50 Cent, you're obviously going to lose. So at the end of the day, it's like, I don't think that was the best move. If I was, if I was Diddy's son right now, like I say, me no hablo inglés, motherfucker, because that's the only shit you're going to be getting from me. I don't know English. I don't know Spanish. I don't know French. I know the language of the lawyers. That's what the fuck I know if I'm Diddy or his son right now. Me no hablo, motherfucker. It's the longest ad of all fucking time.
There's footage. I have a tape of the party that Diddy gave after Shine was convicted. He was making people take tequila shots that was laced with certain drugs.
They pay big to do damage and procure victims. And sex and all of these is sex worker.
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy.
What the fuck? Okay, hell no. No way. And now people wonder why Justin Bieber's so fucked up as an adult. Like, just look at Justin Bieber today. He looks like a fucking crack addict. And I do not say that as an insult. I got mad love for Justin Bieber. I think this industry fucked him up. I think this industry fucked him up. And they are completely responsible for anything that's ever happened. Like, seriously, man. Justin Bieber, look at that kid, bro. This kid is from Canada, bro. This kid, like, listen, this kid's from where I'm from. I understand the idea that, like, oh, man. Like, if I would have been fucking 12 years old going to LA, I would have been enamored with Diddy too. We don't know no better, man. Not even the Americans knew better at this point, but for Canadians, we are so detached in a certain way. It's not as bad now with the internet and TikTok. I would say Canada and America today are more similar than ever, but this is 2008. You're getting shipped off to LA. Shame on his fucking parents, too. Shame on Justin Bieber's parents. You're going to send him off for 48 hours with Diddy. Even then, he was known for being a drunken fucking drug addict.
And all of these bitches is sex worker.
So check this out, yo. Justin, he's in. You ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy.
Oh my God.
They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing.
Bro.
We can't really disclose.
It's a way.
What do you mean you can't really disclose? Hang on. No. Guys, is this AI?
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose.
No.
It's a way of passage to certain people in the entertainment business.
With all these people coming out against Diddy, do you think more people are going to come out?
It's a lot of people that, you got to realize is that everybody think, oh, everybody's coming out now. It's a lot of people that wanted to bring stuff out long time ago, but the lawyers wouldn't take it. The lawyers wouldn't deal with it. There's footage. I have a tape of the party that Diddy gave after Shine was convicted. Because you got to realize he was normal back then. He was the normal Diddy back then. Now he brother love.
Who else? That's what I always wondered, man, by the way, because like Diddy was kicking it with real gangsters back then. I mean, the climate is a lot different today. You know, you got dudes like, you know, Young Thug running around in dresses and Lil Uzi Vert, you know. I don't know what the fuck he is anymore. The culture's a lot more tolerant now, even if you're claiming to be a gangster. Lil Uzi claims to be a gangster. All these dudes claim to be gangsters, but they're fruity as hell. Back then, that was not the case. You know, even I know that from doing my history. If you were hanging around Biggie, Biggie was probably one of the most homophobic rappers ever. You know, openly on his music. So, you know, all that to say. And again, it doesn't matter about being, you know, what your orientation is. It matters about abusing people and being a weird creep. If that type of shit was going on, you know, I don't think that would have been tolerated unless there's a lot we don't know about Biggie and Pac and all those guys, which I'm not going to go there. I'm not even going to go as far as saying that. I think the idea that there's one crazy guy who tried to bring the castle down is a lot more believable than thinking they were all in it. Because let's be real, if they were all on the same page, they'd probably all still be alive. You know, if Pac was in on all this shit, he'd probably still be alive. I'm not saying he was killed because of Diddy's weird shit. I think Diddy killed him because he was scared, and I think he killed him because he wanted the spotlight. And the same with Biggie at a certain point. He was just sick of sharing the spotlight, and he got it. But I don't think if Diddy was a creep in those days, I think he would have been fucking killed a long time ago. I think he would have been dead too. Because I can't see a guy like Biggie standing for that. Again, unless there's shit we don't know about Biggie. I don't know Biggie. You know, obviously. I think, newsflash, guys, I don't know Biggie Smalls. Newsflash. So I don't know. What do you guys think, man?
He was the normal Diddy back then. Now he brother love.
Who else and what else did Sean
Brother
Diddy
love.
Combs corrupt?
Okay, so what?
Trafficking is when you take underage. Because if I got a girl, come on, Cam. If I talk to a girl in Miami and I want to fly her to New York, You know what I'm saying? And she come to my house and we, as consenting adults, have sex. That's not sex trafficking. Sex trafficking is when you are buying or purchasing or selling sex. You know what I'm saying? And you go from state to state doing it, or you have underage coming to state to have sex and do sex and lewd acts. That's more like sex trafficking, bro.
After Cassie Ventura, the rapper's ex-girlfriend, came forward with claims of
What did he say on Me and My Bitch again? Because I remember that song was pretty crazy. I'm probably gonna go pull that shit up in a minute.
physical and sexual abuse. Several other high-profile victims have filed complaints alleging everything from sexual assault to sex trafficking.
Yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow.
Against rapper Sean Diddy Combs.
He was putting things into the drinks. He was making people take tequila shots that was laced with certain drugs that enticed people to want to have sex and everything. This is part of the complaint that the people around him are saying. This is a thing that Jonathan Obi was saying. This is the thing that Cassie was saying. I never said that because I wasn't around them during them times. So based on the information that we have from the 3 people that made complaints against him that we know of, they said that he had done that in the past, according to them, and according to the court documents that we know of.
Recently, an old yet very disturbing video featuring Justin Bieber and Sean Diddy Combs has angered internet users who are questioning the rapper's past with the sorry singer. Due to this, people on social media are concerned that Bieber was only 15 when Diddy may have started grooming him. He's having 48 hours with Diddy, where we hanging out and what we're doing we can't really disclose. Diddy is seen saying in the footage as he stands next to Bieber.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, you tried to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'll tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 555.
Yes. Okay.
5555.
Okay. 55. Y'all heard that?
Yet he.
Bro, so Justin Bieber was 15 years old in this footage. And Diddy said you started acting different than you were when we used to hang out. When did you guys used to hang out? Bro was 15. How fucking young were you hanging out with dude? When you were 10? Or when he was 10? Like, hold on a second.
As he stands next to Bieber.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, you tried to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'll tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 555.
Yes. Okay.
5555.
Okay. 55. Y'all heard that?
Yet.
Bro, you know why this is so creepy to me? This is so creepy to me because if you really think about it, man, like 15 for a young man, that's going to be the age basically where you're going to start really noticing women. 15, I think that's pretty standard. 14, 15, whatever. That's the age that you're going to start noticing women your own age as a young man. And Diddy telling this kid, you're starting to act different. Starting to act different. You don't call me as much. Something's changing about you. That is beyond disturbing and really fucking creepy when you really think about it. Because what do you think is different from a kid, a young guy, a young man from the ages 10 to 15? I'll tell you what the fucking difference is. He's becoming a man. We got to put this motherfucker under the jail. I'm getting sick of this motherfucker just walking around freely and shit. That's fucking bizarre footage right there.
He's having 48 hours with Diddy, where we hanging out and what we're doing we can't really disclose. Diddy is seen saying in the footage as he stands next to Bieber.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'll tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 555.
Yes. Okay.
5555.
Okay. 55. Y'all heard that?
Yet, he continued, it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. Then he brought up Usher, stating that even though he doesn't have official guardianship over Bieber, he was given a 48-hour period to take custody of the youngster. In the same video, Diddy asserts that he was Usher's legal guardian, even though Usher was still a teenager when he recorded his debut album.
What? Hang on a second. What? Okay, Diddy was Usher's legal guardian? Bro, this is starting to make so much sense as we go down the rabbit hole. No. Guys, think about it. Think about this. Usher discovered Justin Bieber and took him and extradited him out of Canada like a fucking product. He literally found Justin Bieber playing guitar, sitting on a fucking porch in Ontario, Canada, and he brought him to the United States and made him who he is today. Justin Bieber's in the mix with Diddy as a young kid. Now we hear that Diddy had custody over Usher when he was 15? I did not put the Usher connect. When you put the Usher connection in with the Bieber Diddy shit, this goes deeper than I thought.
We can't really disclose.
Other people close to the singers claim that Diddy used to take Usher, who was 14 at the time, to wild parties where he was introduced to booze, drugs, and sexual activity.
No. The abused become the abuser, bro. Hang on, so he diddied Usher and then Usher diddied Bieber? Bro, I feel so bad for Justin Bieber right now. That is so fucking wrong.
Got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'll tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 555.
Yes. Okay.
5555.
Okay. 55. Y'all heard that?
Yet, he continued, it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. Then he brought up Usher, stating that even though he doesn't have official guardianship over Bieber, he was given a 48-hour period to take custody of the youngster. In the same video, Diddy asserts that he was Usher's legal guardian, even though Usher was still a teenager when he recorded his debut album.
You're not ready. Slow down. Let's slow down, Justin.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours. When you get 16, you're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah. And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
So where are we up to now?
Where's his parents at? Dude, I don't see any fucking parents in this video, man. Like, because his parents probably got a bag and they're sick fucks. They're probably driving around LA fucking wasted, Percocets, smoking. They're probably driving around on Rodeo Drive, Gucci store, Louis. How fucking dare you sell out your fucking kid? If this wasn't my own floor, I'd spit on it for real. I'll spit on fucking Justin Bieber's parents. And any fucking parent who's going to sell out their kid to a fucking monster like that for a little 10 piece or something. 10 grand, 20 grand. Like, you're going to sell your kid out for a few $1,000s? Fuck you. Fuck Justin Bieber's parents. This is sickening fucking footage.
I'm good to go.
Yeah. And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are we up to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go.
How about school, motherfucker? How about put him in school or on the playground?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. they're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose.
Other people close to the singers claim that Diddy used to take Usher, who was 14 at the time, to wild parties where he was introduced to booze, drugs, and sexual activity. As expected, Usher has come forward and claimed that Diddy wished to give him more of an edge and ready him for the music business.
And it was hard. There were a lot of things I seen and a lot of positions that I think I was put in where I had to make very, very tough decisions in my life about who I would be. I was 13 years old, and being 13, having that type of exposure, you know, yeah, it was cool to go to Howard Homecoming with Puff. It was great to be able to go to Club USA or the Supper Club, you know, with Puffy in that time, or the Tunnel. But these are places that a 13-year-old probably should not be.
If I, okay. Wow. This just hit me like a ton of fucking bricks that Bieber was brought to the States by Usher. And what did Usher do? This man is a fucking hypocritical piece of trash, dude. Shout out Tyrone, man. Shout out to the chat. This dude is a hypocritical piece of trash because he is sitting here saying that when he came up, he was with Diddy. And being with Diddy was a place he's not supposed to be. He's telling us he was at these parties. He's telling us he was at mansions. He's telling us he was at these clubs. Let's play it again. These are his words, not mine.
And a lot of positions that I think I was put in where I had to make very, very tough decisions in my life about who I would be. I was 13 years old. And being 13, having that type of exposure, you know, yeah, it was cool to go to Howard Homecoming with Puff. It was great to be able to go to Club USA or the Supper Club, you know, with Puffy in that time, or the Tunnel. But these are places that a 13-year-old probably should not be.
Bro, Usher needs to be investigated now. Usher needs to be investigated immediately. Bro literally acknowledged that it's wrong. And what does he do when he finds a young, fresh star? He brings them straight to Diddy. He brings them straight to Supper Club. He brings them straight to all the same places he just said. Quote by Usher above me. This is Usher Raymond. Quote, these are places that a 13-year-old should not be. It's the smartest thing he's fucking said the whole video. But bro, how does that translate to this? How does that translate to this? Why would you take your artist and bring him straight to Diddy? And that's why I don't want to hear shit about false accusations and people pointing the fingers at celebrities and saying, oh, you know, this guy did shit, this guy did shit. Prove it, motherfuckers, because this is proof right here. I don't want to hear speculation. I don't want to hear fucking nonsense. When there's people like this running around, getting away with it in broad daylight. Usher just had a fucking Vegas residency. He should be stripped from that residency. He should be banned. He should be banned from the music industry, period. He took a young 15-year-old kid and brought him to fucking Diddy's house. Don't talk to me about speculation. Don't talk to me about shit when there's people like this running around, bro.
Them do things and have experiences that I'm not quite ready for. You know, and I think that he was just trying to show me the lifestyle. However, that's not what I was there for. I was there because I wanted a career, man. So we would fight, we would tussle. More than often, I think Puffy would say, man, you gotta chill. Like, you just a little bit too intense. You know, you gotta relax. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, like banging on this man as though, you know, I am the manager. I am the spokesperson for Usher. And I'm telling him, look, you're gonna put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there. You got Craig Mack in there. You're gonna make me a priority too.
Bro, why would Diddy want a kid around who's an artist if he's not making music with him? Bro just said he had to beg to get in the studio. He said he's chilling with Diddy and he hasn't been to the studio for a week. Just think in that week, What was going on at Diddy's house for a week that wasn't music? We all know exactly what was going on, my friends. Come on. Come on, guys. This is ridiculous. I almost feel like this is evidence because this is a first-person account of the guy who was there. This kind of is evidence if you really think about it. I mean, we have to still verify it. Like, it doesn't mean everything he's saying is true. Usher's obviously a liar, too. But, bro, this is kind of like evidence because he's telling us what happened.
Or the tunnel. But these are places that a 13-year-old probably should not be. You know, most kids will be excited about it. You know, most kids are trying to figure out, you know, how to be around, you know, hot girls, pretty girls. I'm around grown women, and I'm seeing them do things and
bro,
have experiences that I'm not quite ready for.
What?
You know, and I think that he was just trying to show me the lifestyle. However, that's not what I was there for. I was there because I wanted a career, man. So we would fight, we would tussle. More than often, I think Puffy would say, man, you gotta chill. Like, you just a little bit too intense. You know, you gotta relax. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, like banging on this man as though, you know, I am the manager. I am the spokesperson for Usher. And I'm telling him, look, you're gonna put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there. You got Craig Mack in there. You're gonna make me a priority too. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? As a result of being around that.
Bro, where were Usher's parents? Usher parents. If he has active parents, I'm going to flip my fucking lid. Usher's mom has always been supportive of his music. No fucking way, bro. No, please, no. Please don't tell me she sent her son off to Diddy too. Please. She was always supportive of his career. The type of ambition that required for me to be the type of entertainer that I am. It was in the spirit of my mother, first and foremost. Well, where was she at? Usher's father died in January 2008 due to health issues. Well, he was famous before that. Usher is her only child. She sold her only child out to Diddy, bro. Wow, man.
That man, the spokesperson for Usher. And I'm telling him, look, you're gonna put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there. You got Craig Mack in there. You're gonna make me a priority too. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? As a result of being around that man, Sean Puffy Combs, I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day.
Whoa. Bro, why have I never heard this interview?
You got Biggie Smalls in there. You got Craig Mack in there. You're gonna make me a priority too. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? As a result of being around that man, Sean Puffy Combs, I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. I got it from him. I mean, this is a dude who just never slept. He's just, he's probably the first one to get up and the last one to go to sleep. You know, that opportunity to exceed expectation isn't readily available for me. So at the age of 8, 9, you know, I began to ask myself, like, what am I gonna do with my life? Who am I gonna be? Am I gonna be a teenager who sleeps on my mom's couch, looking for, you know, a menial job that, you know, will at least give me enough to just pay for gas to get there and from every day? Nah, I want to do something that I feel is going to take my mom out of here and hopefully put us in a better situation. So what would that be?
Meanwhile, like Justin Bieber, who was 16 when he first met Diddy, some videos say that Diddy was also grooming him and pressuring him into having freak-offs, or several sexual partners. Diddy also allegedly got Justin addicted to drugs and pushed him into doing things he didn't want to do.
There was a time where I was sipping lean, I was popping pills, I was doing Molly, you know, everything.
Damn.
And it was just an escape from me. You have all these people around me just kind of hanging on, wanting stuff from me, knowing that, like, I was living this lifestyle that they also wanted to live, drinking, smoking.
Now, these claims are indeed alarming and unsettling, but no official source has verified or corroborated them. Diddy has also...
No official source has verified them. How about the guy that was there? What happened to trust the victims? Like, bro, is it different? Is it different when the victim's a young man? Is it different when a man comes out and says this shit happened? What do you mean no sources? Imagine if a woman came out and said, I was fed drugs and all this shit, and the news wouldn't report it like that. I can guarantee you the news would not report if a young female celebrity came out and reported that she named the people who said these people drugged me and assaulted me. I can guarantee you they wouldn't say no official sources have confirmed those claims. I'll tell you the official source, Usher, Justin Bieber. He just said it. What does he have to gain? It's not like he's, you know, when somebody is like a random person making up accusations, they stand to gain a lot. They can gain money. They can gain notoriety. Justin Bieber has all that. If anything, talking about this shit is going to just make him look bad, and he doesn't need to talk about being addicted to drugs. He doesn't need to talk about anything that he doesn't want to talk about. Why would he lie and make himself look bad? He stands to gain nothing. He stands to lose everything. I mean, give me a fucking break. That's ridiculous. We just heard two fucking guys say the whole story, and they're telling me it's not confirmed.
People around me just kind of hanging on, wanting stuff from me, knowing that, like, I was living this lifestyle that they also wanted to live, drinking, smoking.
Now, these claims are indeed alarming and unsettling, but no official source has verified or corroborated them. Diddy has also refuted every claim leveled by Cassie and remained silent regarding the ones about Justin and Usher. Additionally, Justin has also not discussed his relationship with Diddy, nor the alleged abuse he experienced in public.
I don't want to talk about what they confided in me, but it's a lot of stuff that has been going on, and like there's tapes that are running around with women. There's tape that is running around with women, and they want to get a hold of those tapes so they could bring them, you know, to the lawyers. And those tapes do exist, but it's gonna be hard for them to get, because a lot of people don't want them to know that they was in those tapes and they was a part of it.
That is over the edge. Like, you can't complain about this sitting here playing in your face when all you gotta do is tell the truth. Shut that whole shit down.
Naturally, in response to the video, one person out of the many even expressed their worry on social media, asking what 40-year-old wants to hang out with a 14 and 15-year-old, unless, of course, it's a close relative or your child.
Because, yo, dog, you gotta realize in that industry, a lot of people stand back and say, well, it happened to me. That's how some of them people pay their dues. And the people who don't go down like that don't be as great as the Ushers, as the Diddys. Cassie opened up a floodgate for lawyers to look at people's cases now and say, yeah, we might could get some money out of that. We might could do that. Yeah, he did abuse you. Nobody really cared at first. But now they see that a lot of this stuff may have some truth to it, and the people can be paid for it.
And now, according to people worldwide, Diddy is an abhorrent pervert.
How many ways do I have to say it? These is wild. They pay big to do damage and procure victims. They're sex traffickers And all of these bitches is whores. Sex worker. $250,000 a month to do strange shit at will. You couldn't wait for Cassie to run. You couldn't wait to be in Cassie's shoes. Carisha, please.
In other news, the charges against the disgraced musician have undoubtedly grown since Cassie Ventura, his ex-girlfriend, accused him of rape and persistent physical abuse in November 2023. P. Diddy has been mired in a trail of accusations of sexual assault, sex trafficking, and human trafficking, even though her example helped other parties overcome similar obstacles. And while he's away handling the fallout from the FBI raid on his residences in Miami and Los Angeles, internet users are still conjecturing about the possibility that he may have trained Justin Bieber when he was in his teens.
See, I got questions about Cassie too. Because if all that shit was going on, like, why were you there for so long? I got questions about Cassie too.
A few months ago, similar charges surfaced, and they have since resurfaced thanks to the footage featuring a 40-year-old Diddy and a younger Bieber, possibly as young as 15 at the time. Meanwhile, Diddy introducing his adopted white daughter, Ava Baroni, is featured in a highly upsetting old video that has been viral on social media. During an Instagram livestream, Combs forces her to identify herself as Ava Combs Baroni.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Ava Baroni Combs? Yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up.
Bro, is this for real right now? This can't be fucking for real.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
That's like a little bit like borderline suspect.
Naturally, people on social media immediately began to worry about the implications of Diddy's tight relationship with these minors at the time. While some internet users found these films creepy and unsettling, others expressed relief that the shadowy side of show business was now being exposed. Currently, according to a source, Justin Bieber also has no desire to confront his previous videos with Sean Diddy Combs in light of the rapper's alleged rape and sex trafficking incidents. But if the Peaches singer was forced to explain his relationship with the controversial rapper, he wouldn't remain silent, as per recent reports.
Ooh.
That's all for today. Make sure to...
Bro, we need Justin Bieber to get, like, put up in court. We got to hear the real story. But no, I mean, if this case does go to the level that we think it's going to, we're going to get some celebrities in court. And that's the reason why this has been so hushed, because the house of cards will fall down. That's the thing. The house of cards, we're seeing it across the industry, guys. Anybody who's been getting away with anything, it ends now. That's really the way I see it. 2024, it all ends now. If you have any skeletons in your closet that have been harming other people, I don't care about, personal stuff. If you're harming other people, if you've been victimizing other people, it ends now. I don't think there's really any way out for these guys. The chat said, look up the video. Gene talking about Mike Tyson. Who's Gene? I don't know who that is, but that's insane, bro. That last video was so crazy. I've never seen a video like that about P. Diddy. Let's look at some more. I mean, shit. I got no issue with looking at more evidence against Diddy. Let's look at this.
Flaming Clear 2.0.
Oh, come on.
For those who
No more ad block on YouTube, gang. I thought I had an issue with my ad block. I was like, what? Okay.
The extremely powerful executive Sean Diddy Combs has had an ominous presence in the music industry for the past 30 years. From his suspicious involvement in the demise of Tupac and Biggie, his secretive ritualistic parties in the backrooms, as well as numerous accidental confessions, has made the public pre-decide that he is guilty of all accusations against him. Not only have multiple women filed formal lawsuits alleging him of violent sexual assault and humiliation, but now the federal government raided his home as they investigate his involvement in a global sex trafficking operation. Technically, at the moment, he is not being charged of any crime, but any day now, Diddy could feel the wrath of the American justice system. Today, we are going to unearth the secrets he never wanted the world to know with the goal of determining one thing: did he do it or not? It's first very important to understand Diddy's potential involvement in the murders of Tupac and Biggie, because if you believe those allegations to be true, everything that happens afterwards makes total sense. In the mid-90s, Diddy, also known as Sean Puffy Combs, was in the middle of the infamous East Coast vs. West Coast hip-hop rivalry. It all began with East Coast rapper and Bad Boy Records signee, the Notorious B.I.G., versus his enemy, West Coast rapper and Death Row Records signee, Tupac Shakur, and it ended with both of them being assassinated via drive-by shootings. Biggie's murder remains unsolved to this day, but in 2023 we learned that Keefe D was the shot caller for the group of individuals that killed Tupac. Although we do not know the specific details as to why these two rap legends were killed, through all the theories, key information, and first-hand recollections from friends and witnesses of both murders indicate that Sean Combs had involvement in both murders. Biggie and Tupac were friendly and actually respected each other at first. Tupac had begun rapping in 1991 and within 2 years already had earned a platinum album. Biggie was a crack dealer who recorded freestyles for fun, until someone sent his tapes to Puffy, who signed him to Bad Boy Records for $25,000. Puffy was also able to use his status in the music industry to connect Big and Pac. Pac became a mentor to Biggie. He once even asked him to be his manager.
I was there, nigga. I trained the nigga. He used to be under me like my lieutenant. The nigga, I used to come to New York. I used to do shows and let the nigga come on before I did Keep Your Head Up and Get Around. Because nobody knew the nigga in New York. And I used to tell the nigga, yo, if you want to make your money, you gotta rap for the bitches. Do not rap for the niggas. I told the nigga, don't rap for the niggas. Rap for the bitches. The bitches will buy your records and the niggas want what the bitches want. So all of a sudden he changed from being listen to party and bullshit. Listen to his style. He changed from that to Big Papa.
Pac believes that Biggie used him as a blueprint, changed his whole style, persona, and music to be more—
Bro, I gotta find the rest of that interview. That's like an underground Pac tape.
Listen to party and bullshit. Listen to his style. He changed from that to Big Papa.
Pac believes that Biggie used him as a blueprint, changed his whole style, persona, and music to be more aligned with Tupac. Many people speculated that Diddy also had a slight obsession with Tupac. He started dripping himself in Versace after Tupac did it first. He also got romantically involved in women after Tupac had ran through them first, like Sarah Chapman, who ran around with Tupac in the 90s and is now the mother of one of Diddy's children. Pac's claims aged like fine wine when recently the internet figured out that Biggie's most successful hit, Juicy, was actually stolen by a Mississippi-based artist called Notorious B.1, who released a song called Big Daddy a year before Juicy that sounds exactly the same.
What?
Is it a coincidence that Notorious B.1 and Notorious B.I.G. are very similar, and this song is called Big Daddy, and Biggie started going by Big Papa? But many people believe—
Bro, that's like Biggie from another timeline. Did Biggie steal his biggest hit? I did not know this information. Hang
Tupac
on
in
a
the
second.
90s and is now the mother a year before Juicy that sounds exactly the same.
That is insane. What do you guys think?
Is it a coincidence that Notorious B.I.G. and Notorious B.I.G. are very similar, and this song is called Big Daddy, and Biggie started going by Big Papa? But many people believe this was the mastermind of Diddy, as he was a music industry expert who knew how to scout talent and assess a hit song before anyone else heard it. They believe Puffy instructed his artists to steal from Notorious B.I.G. and Biggie trusted his boss and mentor. Pac and Big's rivalry began as a music-based competition. Who had more music sales, who had the better fashion, media representation, and cultural influence. But due to gangster rap creeping into the mainstream and the two being surrounded by legitimate gangsters, tensions escalated to life-threatening conflict. In November 1994, Tupac was on his way to record some music at Quad Studios in New York City. Coincidentally, Biggie was there recording with Junior Mafia, which was a group of 4 friends that Big knew since their childhood. Puffy was there too, since Big was his artist, and anything that Big writes or records is technically owned by the Bad Boy label. Allegedly, a man by the name of Jimmy Henchman, who is now serving life in prison, was planning a robbery on Tupac since Pac owed him some money. Many speculate that Jimmy told Puffy what was about to happen, but Puffy did not try to stop it. When Pac was outside the studio, he looked up and realized rapper Lil Cease, who is best friends with Biggie, was yelling at him from above. He was excited to see him because they were friends. He told him he was going to go downstairs and meet him in the lobby. Pac got to the lobby downstairs when some men attempted to rob him at gunpoint, which quickly led to conflict and Pac being shot 5 times.
In the middle of that trial, Shakur was gunned down, shot 5 times in what he claimed was a murder attempt and police called a robbery.
As the police did their investigation, you can see Diddy looking around scanning the area with his head down. Keep in mind that after Tupac was shot, he got in the elevator and went upstairs where dozens of Bad Boy affiliates were located. Pac was interviewed by Vibe magazine detailing the night he was shot and the energy of the people around him while he was bleeding out. Because Andre Harrell was there, Puffy was there, Biggie, nobody approached me. I noticed that nobody would look at me. Andre Harrell wouldn't look at me. I had been going to dinner with him the last few days. Puffy was standing back too. I knew Puffy. He knew how much stuff I had done for Biggie before he came out.
Damn. So they basically tried to have Pac killed, and when he went up to confront them while he's bleeding out, they wouldn't even look at him.
Puffy was there. Biggie, nobody approached me. I noticed that nobody would look at me. Andre Harrell wouldn't look at me. I had been going to dinner with him the last few days. Puffy was standing back too. I knew Puffy. He knew how much stuff I had done for Biggie before he came out. Based on Tupac's words here, fans in the media believe that he was hinting that Biggie and Puffy might be behind the attack, which bothered Big and Puff since publicly at this point they were still friends.
Tupac article had me pissed off, you know what I'm saying? And the rumors that's spreading is on some tip like we set him up, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. It's just ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? But I also
look at Diddy's face when he brings it up. He's like, oh, we're talking about Pac in this interview? He's like, I didn't get the memo on that one.
They were still friends.
Tupac article had me pissed off, you know what I'm saying? And the rumors that's spreading is on some tip like we set him up, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. It's just ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? But I also understand that if you was to get shot 5 times, mine is just completely spinning, you know what I'm saying? You're real confused about your situation. So it'll cause you to say things that you really don't mean.
To make things worse, a few months later, Pac was found guilty of sexual assault and would end up serving 9 months in prison. This gave him tons of time to think and reevaluate his life. To add insult to injury, Biggie released his iconic cutthroat track called Who Shot Ya, which felt like an obvious diss towards Tupac. But technically, it was recorded before Pac got shot, but it was marketed and released months after the incident. Regardless, the media developed the narrative that Big and Puffy set up the shooting and now released a diss record bragging about their hit, and Puff's full intentions were to stir up drama, as can be confirmed by the former president of Bad Boy Records.
Biggie might not have thought that when he wrote the lyrics that it was going to be used for that, but the way it was marketed by the company and released in the succession of things that were going on that we were dealing with on all the levels that we were dealing, that record did what it was supposed to do. And that's a perfect example of how my former business partner works and thinks.
Pac was sitting in jail already thinking that they set him up, and the release of this song was all the proof he needed. But this wasn't the only shooting that Puffy was involved in. It's also important to know that Tupac signed to Death Row Records while in prison after the label owner Suge Knight promised to use his money to get Pac released. As they were in the process of getting Pac out, Suge Knight and his best friend Jake Robles, aka Big Jake, were at the Platinum nightclub in Atlanta. Suge confronted Puffy at the club and was choking him. Puffy's bodyguard, Anthony Wolf Jones, steps in to defend him, and then things got out of hand. Next thing you know, shots are being fired and Suge's friend Big Jake was shot and killed. Whether or not Wolf shot Jake has never been confirmed, but Suge was holding Puffy responsible for the attack, which was enough to now ignite a feud between the two executives.
And this is exactly what the investigator was saying earlier in the stream, by the way. We watched a video of the lead investigator from this case. His theory is that Puff got Pac killed because he was so terrified of Suge Knight. That is the theory that the lead investigator presented.
Sidebar. Recently, fans have noticed that Puffy's firstborn biological son, Justin Combs, looks a lot like Wolf. How does your son look more like your best friend than you?
Oh, he does too. He does too. Look at him.
Born biological son Justin Combs looks a lot like Wolf. How does your son look more like your best friend than you? Anyways, in October 1995, Tupac got out of prison and he wanted war.
I have no fear. I have only ambition, and I want mine, and I will do anything to protect and feed my family. And these niggas represent a threat.
Pac got out and immediately started taunting and scheming on Bad Boy Records as much as possible. In the days after his release from prison, he jumped into the studio to record his next album, All Eyes on Me, and he talked about the anticipated tracks.
Two of America's Most Wanted with me and Snoop. That's gonna be a humdinger, right? Shorty Wanna Be a Thug. That's gonna be a big one. And Wonder Why They Call You Bitch with Faith. That's gonna be a big one.
He mentions Faith, aka Faith Evans, who was married to Biggie for over a year at this point. Imagine your wife jumps in the studio with your biggest enemy 1 week after he gets out of jail. Pac was also seen with Faith Evans at Whitney Houston's album release party. The rumor is that Biggie cheated on Faith and that she was trying to get back at him by cheating with Pac. Pac also allegedly started messing around with Mary J. Blige, who was a close friend and business partner with Puffy. Then Death Row Records held a Christmas party in 1995 where a close friend of Puffy, Mark Anthony Bell, was mercilessly beaten and forced to drink urine after refusing to give Suge Puffy's mother's address. Tupac and Death Row did not let off the gas.
Oh, so Puff had real good reason to be scared. They wanted his address so bad they did that to him?
With Pac. Pac also allegedly started messing around with Mary J. Blige, who was a close friend and business partner with Puffy. Then Death Row Records held a Christmas party in 1995 where a close friend of Puffy, Mark Anthony Bell, was mercilessly beaten and forced to drink urine after refusing to give Suge Puffy's mother's address. Tupac and Death Row did not let off the gas. At the 1996 Soul Train Awards, Biggie won the award for Song of the Year, and Tupac won Best Rap Album of the Year. After Big got his award, he took some pictures backstage and then exited the venue because he had to go to the airport to catch a flight. And that's when Pac and Suge pulled up in a Hummer taunting them.
While we was waiting for the car to pull up, Suge and Tupac pulled up in the Hummer, and Tupac was really loud, yelling West Side, cursing, yelling a bunch of stuff, and Suge came from the other side and was like trying to actually walk up to us saying he just want to talk to Big, want to talk, but of course everybody got in front. It was a little yelling and arguing for a minute, but police and everybody got in front, kind of stopped everything.
Despite Biggie's gangster lyrics, he was really a chill dude who didn't want to beef with Pac. Remember, he looked up to him. He always thought they were friends, but as we are speculating, he seemed to be a pawn in a much bigger operation.
He knows you sent somebody to shoot him that first time. Is that true or false?
Why? No, it's false. Why would I do that?
Okay. Do you think he was just hyping a record, or you have no idea?
I don't know what was the problem. I wasn't inside his head at the time. I don't really know what's the reason for him doing what he did.
Tupac was a man on fire, a man who he believes was wrongfully convicted of a crime he didn't commit, was constantly being slandered by the media, and now feels was being disrespected by his biggest enemies, on top of being surrounded by real gangsters. He released a music video alongside Snoop Dogg called Two of America's Most Wanted, which featured a skit mocking Biggie and Puff.
Pop, please don't kill me. It was Buff's idea. No, man. I'm just a rapper, man. Please don't take me out the game.
Interesting that Tupac himself instructed the Biggie actor in the 90s to say it was Puff's idea, as if he knew the truth. Then Pac released one of the most abrasive and iconic diss tracks of all time, Hit 'Em Up. He starts off the song claiming he had sex with Biggie's wife and then directly calls Biggie, Puffy, and Junior Mafia all bitches.
See, this is why we got to do our history, man. After this latest rap beef, guys, especially, you know, my generation, we got to do our history, bro. We got to do our history because, you know, this is legendary right here. All this is legendary.
Interesting that Tupac himself instructed the Biggie actor in the 90s to say it was Puff's idea, as if he knew the truth. Then Pac released one of the most abrasive and iconic diss tracks of all time, Hit 'Em Up. He starts off the song claiming he had sex with Biggie's wife and then directly calls Biggie, Puffy, and Junior Mafia all bitches, along with various other threats. The pressure was on Bad Boy. Pac was not going to stop, and Puffy couldn't take the heat. Biggie's bodyguard, Gene Deal, recalls when Puff reached his tipping point.
He said, I'm a businessman. I'm about making money, but something gotta change. I don't give a f if Pac gotta die, Big gotta die, or Suge Knight go to jail. Something's.
And now all three happened.
I'm about making money, but something gotta change. I don't give a f if Pac gotta die, Big gotta die, or Suge Knight go to jail. Something's gotta change.
Gene was taken back. He wondered if Puff realized that he just said he didn't care if his own artist died. At the same time, he still wanted to play gangster games. As we all know, these gangster games only lead to two outcomes: death or jail, and Tupac would meet his fate on September 13th, 1996. Pac and the Death Row Squad were attending the Bruce Seldon vs. Mike Tyson boxing match in Las Vegas. Hyped up from the testosterone and the energy of the fight, Pac wanted some action. A Death Row associate pointed out Orlando Anderson to Pac, who was a Southside Crip gang member, a rival to the Pyru Blood set that was affiliated with Death Row Records. Pac went up to Orlando and punched him in the face. Then Death Row associates put a beating on the man. Later that night, Suge and Tupac were driving down East Flamingo Road to Club 662, when suddenly a white Cadillac pulled up beside them at a red light and opened fire on Tupac. He was hit 4 times, with the fatal shot piercing his lung. Just last year, Las Vegas police arrested a man called Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who was a shot caller for the group of individuals that committed this crime, and he orchestrated the plan that was carried out. Ironically, Keefe D. has been confessing his involvement publicly on the internet for years. In 2008, he confessed that his nephew, Orlando Anderson, the man that Tupac punched earlier that night, was the one who actually pulled the trigger.
Keefe D. has now identified his own nephew as the murderer of Tupac Shakur.
Bolstering Keefe D's claim was an informant in 1997 who told investigators that Puffy had hired the Southside Crips to kill both Suge and Tupac, and that the Crip who was jumped at the MGM was in the group that had done the hit. This was exactly the same story that Keefe D told us a decade later.
Keefe also stated that Puffy offered them $1 million to kill Suge and Tupac.
We wanted $1 million. Yeah, he said, come on downstairs and talk to me.
He tells you, seriously, man, I need to get rid of these guys. I mean, he's looking at you in the eyes and he's like scared.
Yeah.
You tell him we'll do it for $1 million, and he's like, okay, I'll do it for $1 million.
Yeah.
He agrees. You shake on it or something like that.
It's nothing.
Who brought up the amount of $1 million?
He did.
Puffy did?
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me. I'll shit. $1 million out there. Take it for 50.
When Diddy was asked about this confession, this was his response.
Bro said he'd do it for 50? Is that what he just said?
Puffy did?
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me. I'll shit. $1 million out there. Take it for 50.
When Diddy was asked
Oh yeah, no, he's guilty.
about this confession, this was his response.
It was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
As you can imagine, Death Row was likely seeking retaliation for the murder of Tupac. Everyone at Bad Boy Records knew they were not safe, but they were especially not safe in Southern California. An LA kingpin called Gene Deal, Diddy's bodyguard, and warned him that there was a hit placed on Biggie in LA.
This somebody did 26 years in the federal jail as a kingpin, brother. He called me to save Biggs' them life. Tell them niggas not to go nowhere. It's a hit on them. You get this information from a kingpin, brother. Chaz Williams.
Despite knowing all this information, in February of 1997, they headed out to Los Angeles to promote Biggie's new album, Life After Death. Puffy also wanted to record some of his album, No Way Out, in LA. Lil Cease, Biggie's best friend, claims that Big wanted to be in LA.
If he say go, we going. If he stay, we staying. Big wanted to stay. I always tell people that, yo, why everybody always go, why y'all was there so long, or why you didn't tell him to go home? He's the boss. We're here because of him. And if he feel like it's no threat and he wants to be here, it's our job to stand down with him.
Biggie was not taunting the West Coast. He genuinely loved being in LA. He received a lot of love from fans, promoters, radio DJs, despite being surrounded by his enemies. Instead of claiming to be the victor of his beef with Tupac, Biggie wanted to use his life to inspire change and squash the East Coast versus West Coast beef. The truth is, over the years, Puffy and Biggie had made so many enemies that they didn't really know who was after them, but they overstayed their welcome in the City of Angels, and Big's demise came on March 9th, 1997. After presenting
So now we're moving to Puffy, guys. This stream is all about Puff, but again, just like I said, we really can't talk about Diddy in the full scope of things without talking about Big and Pac. And rest in peace to both, bro. Because I firmly do believe this piece of shit was responsible for both.
And Biggie had made so many enemies that they didn't really know who was after them, but they overstayed their welcome in the City of Angels, and Big's demise came on March 9th, 1997. After presenting an award at the 1997 Soul Train Awards, the Bad Boy crew attended the after-party hosted by Vibe magazine at the Peterson Automotive Museum. Biggie left the party riding in the front passenger seat of a Chevrolet Suburban SUV with Puffy and other entourage members driving directly in front of them. As they stopped at the first red light, a dark-colored Chevrolet Impala pulled up alongside Biggie's SUV. An unknown assailant inside the Impala rolled down the window and fired multiple shots at Biggie's vehicle. Biggie was hit numerous times by gunfire, sustaining 4 gunshot wounds. One of the bullets struck him in the chest, causing severe internal injuries. He was immediately rushed to the Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, but pronounced dead at the hospital that night. So what happened? Well, Puffy's business partner said that they had used up all their budget on security, so they couldn't hire extra security for this evening. Keefe D was also at this party and offered protection. Puff told him to stand down. Puff decided to ride in the separate car located in front of Biggie's. Then he gave his security guard, Gene Deal, very strange instructions rather than maximizing Big's protection.
I tried to ride on the side of the car. Puff said, yo, Gene, what you doing? I said, I'm riding on the side of the car. I'm gonna have my gun out. So he says to me, Gene, if you don't get in this car, you ain't gonna never work for Bad Boy ever again. I said, man, how the f you gonna try to tell me how to do my job? He said, Gene, we don't need that look. We don't need that look. Get in the car. As I go to get in the car, this motherfucker reached down and let his seat all the way back. So now I gotta put my legs sideways. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? I said, you ready? He said, you ready? I said, Kenny, run the next 3 lights. Kenny said, for what? I said, motherfucker, run the next 3 lights, Kenny, or I'm gonna drive. Kenny just took off.
The first car ran the red lights, but the car behind them did not follow. They decided to stop at the red light. Lil Cease had his head hanging out the window trying to holler at some girls. Then out of nowhere, the shooting took place.
Nah, Diddy set it up, bro. Diddy set it up. There's no... I feel like there's no question. I also feel like this security guard knows more than we might realize. I feel like this dude is... If Diddy's case keeps going the way it's going, he will inevitably be investigated at some point, because think about all the stuff he says in public. Just imagine what he knows that he doesn't say.
This motherfucker reached down and let his seat all the way back. So now I gotta put my legs sideways. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? I said, you ready? He said, you ready? I said, Kenny, run the next 3 lights. Kenny said, for what? I said, motherfucker, run the next 3 lights, Kenny, or I'm gonna drive. Kenny just took off.
The first car ran the red lights, but the car behind them did not follow. They decided to stop at the red light. Lil Cease had his head hanging out the window trying to holler at some girls. Then out of nowhere, the shooting took place. According to an FBI agent, Phil Carson, who worked on the case for several years, Suge Knight hired Amir Muhammad to carry out the execution. However, the agent says that the original target was not Biggie. They were targeting Sean Puffy Combs. Gene also believes this story is the truth.
Hang on a second. So the people who shot Biggie were trying to shoot Diddy?
I said, Kenny, run the next 3 lights. Kenny said, for what?
According to an FBI agent, Phil Carson, who worked on the case for several years, Suge Knight hired Amir Muhammad to carry out the execution. However, the agent says that the original target was not Biggie. They were targeting Sean Puffy Combs.
Oh, what the world would look like then. The world would be a much better place.
Gene also believes this story is the truth.
I believe it was meant for Puff. The people that tried to kill Puff that night, for whatever reason, because we had some beef with some Muslim cats in Soul Train too. For whatever reason, the people that's trying to kill Puff, Big became a casualty of Puff shit.
When they rushed Big to the hospital, Lil Cease, who literally looked the shooter right in his face, gave a description to Gene. This is what he said.
Little Cease at the hospital, he said a Muslim shot Big. And I said to Paul, with the blue suit, white shirt, blue bow tie, he said, Gene, how you know? I said, that motherfucker walked up to Puff car first.
Lil Cease's description of the man matches up to what the FBI uncovered. All in all, to say that Puffy set up the murders of Pac and Biggie is not exactly accurate, but the origins of the beef and the escalation of the beef can most definitely be traced back to Puffy. Also, he definitely knew that danger was looming for Pac and Biggie and did not even come close to trying to prevent both of their deaths, because at the end of the day, Puff was the one who benefited most from them dying. Think about it from the perspective of Puffy the businessman. Tupac dies, that makes Biggie the winner. Biggie looks like the ultimate gangster who warned his enemy with a diss track and then got him killed. That helps feed into the persona and sell more records. Plus, with Tupac dead, there is no more competition. Biggie's inspiration, his idol, the dude who he copied everything from, can no longer defend himself from the grave. Now, we know that Puff didn't exactly want Big to die, but he wasn't doing everything in his power to protect him. Additionally, after Tupac passed, Tupac Shakur sold 67,000 records in the week following his murder. 2 months after he died, they released The Don Killuminati, The 7-Day Theory, which Shakur recorded under the name Machiavelli. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 200 with first week sales of 664,000 and 250,000 the second week.
And that's real record sales, by the way. We got to remember, like, people do that now. They could barely even hit those numbers now with streaming. This is hard sales after a dude's death.
Everything in his power to protect him. Additionally, Puff saw how much money Death Row was making after Tupac passed. Tupac Shakur sold 67,000 records in the week following his murder. 2 months after he died, they released The Don Killuminati, The 7-Day Theory, which Shakur recorded under the name Machiavelli. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 200 with first week sales of 664,000 and 250,000 the second week. To this day, Tupac has sold 75 million records, most of which came posthumously. Puffy owned all of Big's publishing. He allegedly purchased it from him for $200,000 years before he passed, which meant that everything he recorded or wrote for himself or other artists, Puff owned all of Biggie's percentage. Aside from the tens of millions of dollars in albums Big sold posthumously, he was also a prolific songwriter. He wrote all of Junior Mafia's album. He wrote for Lil' Kim. He wrote for Mace, Craig Mack. Also consider every single time he's been sampled over the years. Diddy has been making money off Biggie for more years than Biggie was alive. There were even suspicions that Biggie was aware of how much control Puffy had over his music and tried to sign over all his new music to his infant daughter, but passed away before he could get the business deals done. Biggie's mother, Valletta Wallace, has repeatedly expressed her distrust of Diddy. The truth is, Christopher accepted the illusion of a friend and mentor for about $25,000. That's the amount Puffy lured my son with. That was a lot of money for Christopher back then as a 19-year-old. She continued by saying that she was glad her son does not have to witness that the very people that he thought he could ride and die with wouldn't think twice about using his mother. She added, I am glad that he is not here to see how they have used his image and his name. Diddy was filthy.
Wow, so even Biggie's mom doesn't trust Diddy. You know it's real when the mom doesn't trust you.
Wouldn't think twice about using his mother. She added, I am glad that he is not here to see how they have used his image and his name. Diddy was filthy rich, extremely powerful, and evidently unpredictable. Imagine how easy it was to leverage his power in the music industry and his personal life. If you said no to him, in theory, he could blackball you, extort you, or maybe something more permanent. So consider that when we begin analyzing his history of suspicious behavior.
I got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
Let's start with the mysterious Puffy's Flavor Camp, where Diddy would mentor teenage musicians like Usher and give them a taste of—
Oh no, now we're starting to get into some creepy shit. Buckle up. Buckle up.
Age 13, he had already been discovered in Atlanta by L.A. Reid, and they sent him to New York City to record his debut album with Diddy. In 1994, Usher was jailed, and he moved into Diddy's house to be a part of his—
But hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?